Happy weekend, happy Saturday. It's another beautiful, hot, sunny summer day here in Atlanta, and I am a little bit, I'm not gonna say overwhelmed, but hasn't been much progress on the old Indian back here. I just feel like, do we have this project in our garage where the bike's like half in disrepair, you got the old tools out from what you didn't quite finish yet, you're still kind of working on some stuff, but you have good intentions and, fenders are here and there's parts and pieces all over the place. I'm not the only one, right? There's other people on Facebook Marketplace or Facebook groups that I kind of see and talk to, and their bikes are just coming together quickly. They've got inspiration or knowledge, all of which I typically have, but right now I'm a little bit lacking. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I'm gonna reach out to somebody out there in one of the Facebook groups, have a chat, maybe get some inspiration, get some of their mojo going, and then they'll inspire me to get this guy to the next stage and back on the road. Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Pretty good, VW. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
Everyone has these projects, right? They have the best intentions and they go out and they pick up a car or a bike or, I don't know, a birdhouse. They get into it, they research it, they take it all apart, and then they got lots of bins in their garage. And they're like, what am I going to do? So that's kind of where I find myself now. And I reach out to you because I have seen post in this Indian group that we're in, and I just love the work you do on your bike, and I'm so inspired. It's beautiful, man. Your bike's absolutely beautiful what you've done. I know this first one is not necessarily an Indian. This is off your page. This is a Royal Enfield, right?
Yeah. It's a 2014, but it's made to look old.
Okay.
They made the bikes for the British military during World War II. This looks a lot like the original ones. It's got kind of that bobber look to it. On this motorcycle, I added some old saddlebags, a scabbard. I put an M1 Grand stock in it.
That explains this picture here. She's awesome, and she's got this helmet on. Like, oh, I see. Now it's now it makes so much sense.
That's my mom. That was about 2 years before she passed.
She's awesome. I love her so much. Look at this. This is great.
That helmet that she has on, that's an actual World War II helmet.
Oh, cool.
Whether it went overseas or not, I don't know.
Oh, I see the saddlebags now in the back and the holster in the front. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to own a bike that has that vintage feel, but don't want to dish out the old money for it, then you can also like this and enjoy it, go to reenactments, and it's all fun.
I bought this Royal Enfield because I like the old Indians, and this looks like an old Indian.
It's a beautiful bike. How did you get started in motorcycles?
My dad always had a motorcycle. He had a Kawasaki. It was the H2, the Widowmaker.
You can throttle up, right? And all of a sudden it's like going really fast. It'll throw you off.
Yeah, those things were crazy. So, yeah, they were stupid fast.
I have to then just go into this picture, which is what I think I first saw. But what is this bike and how did you find it?
My wife and I were down in Savannah and we went to Tybee Island, and this was in a store. When I saw it, I asked them, I said, hey, who owns that old Indian? And they said, Phil. For like 6 years, I was calling him, and he never answered. I just kept leaving him messages. One time he answered, and about 6 months later, I bought it.
I like the sign that says, please just look at bike. In other words, there's got to be at least 2 or 3 people who've climbed over this metal chain on top of the wooden pedestal and climbed for a photograph. Like somebody must have jumped on this thing.
This picture, Wally Brown actually sent me that picture. He saw it a couple years before or after I did. Kind of makes me wonder now. It's like, well, gosh, how many people are walking around with pictures of my bike on their phone?
Well, you 6 years calling. That's what gets it done. So yeah, this bike what a great photograph. Did you take this picture?
No, I got that off of the TSQ website.
Maybe Christmas, maybe Halloween. This is such a great picture. If you're out there watching this video and you have a photograph of Brian's bike, send it over. We'll share it with Brian, make sure he gets it. These are awesome. And I'm guessing on the way there was a horrible storm or something.
Hurricane Helene made landfall at 2 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
So we drove through the hurricane to get there. But this picture here that's me on it before we loaded it up on the truck.
Yeah, there it is on the truck. Yeah, okay. From Ohio. Right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm in Atlanta, so for me, that's maybe a couple hours, but for you, that's a commitment. Man.
It's about 12 hours each way.
Thank the person who made this all possible. Thanks, honey. Appreciate you. You're the best.
Yes, she puts up with a lot for me.
Good for it. You're a very lucky man. That's very awesome. Obviously, you made it home safe with this good thing. Here it is, I think, probably in your driveway at some point.
Yep.
Interesting paint job, right? Somebody had repainted it this kind of like off-white, this kind of ivory looking color with the pinstripes.
Yeah, it had been painted at least once. I'm thinking twice. And then when I was stripping the paint off, I just found a bunch of repairs. There was lead, brass, and Bondo.
Yeah, I see that there's some nice little dimples here and there. Yeah. When you get it outside in the sunlight, out from under the storeroom lights, you kind of like really see what you got now, right? And you're kind of going like, did I make a good decision? Am I going to regret this? You know, whatever. How long did it sit in your garage before you decided, okay, now's the time. I'm going to break into it and get going? Because that's always a scary jumping off point, right? Like, it can sit in here, you can look at it, you can love it, no worries. But then the second you start wrenching on it,
it was probably 2 days after I had it, I started tearing it apart.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Some of the tricks, like, you know, you always, when you take stuff apart, the first thing you do is go buy a big thing of Ziploc baggies. Put all your nuts and bolts in that. You label what they're for.
You got to bag and tag it, as they say, right?
Yeah.
So not too many surprises. It looks like here you started tearing it down, got the tank off and the seat and everything. And it seems like you worked around it, figured out a way, and you got it down to the frame pretty quickly. Look at you.
I made that stand. A neighbor kid came over and helped me lift it up on that stand.
And later it can be a ramp.
Yeah.
When you really want to.
I just got to get some kids to lay down so I can jump them.
You get the Evel Knievel suit on, and you'll be there. Do you remember what you were asking about in this picture?
That looks like a shaft that bolt goes through.
Right.
And I didn't realize that it was open on the bottom. So
okay.
Loosen that nut up, and then once you take the axle out, the whole wheel just drops straight down.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I also thought that there was a long shaft that went through the whole front wheel, but no. Here's the headlight assembly. My headlight's a little bit different. But it looks like here you're kind of like challenged with some pitting or something, or
you know, the chrome just wasn't in great shape. The headlight housing cleaned up good enough that I kept that.
What was the process? Because yeah, look at this. Whatever you're doing to it, the before and after, it's pretty awesome. What's the secret, Brian?
S.O.S pad.
And elbow grease, right?
Yeah, a lot of elbow grease.
Oh yeah, I see the little blue fragments of the S.O.S padding. You just went to town. Yeah, I'm going to try a Scotch-Brite pad with some WD-40 to get the grease, to pull the grease out of the cases, and then maybe some kind of a polish compound. But I was hoping to get inspiration from you, and I'm getting it. Look at this. Wow. So there was an issue with this, or just kind of wear and tear?
Yeah, it's just so faded, and
right.
You know, you can't really get a new one. So my wife works at Kent State, and she's got a friend who does graphic arts there. So she was going to scan this, you know, make it all crisp and everything, make it look like a new faceplate. I don't know. I can't really see it on this picture, but
32852, and then it says 28668.
So this thing was definitely a part in 52. So it wasn't ridden very much after that, if that 24,000 something was the mileage in 52.
I kind of like the wear and all the little, it just shows like it's had a past and a history, and keeping this one thing looking old, it's kind of a cool thing. But I'm wondering, they don't sell repops of this? That someone's not it's just a metal disc, and
they sell one that's very similar, but the screw holes are different on it. So I'm thinking, because
Brian, did we just stumble onto a potential side business for the summer? Make it Indian for the 6 guys who need this. You for the guys who like, I finally get a repop faceplate. This is great. You got the motor part here, right? And you're looking at it, and I'm in a similar position where I'm like, okay, looking for teeth that are missing, or I think on mine, one of these holes for the bolts has been just ground out. And now that I look at yours, it looks like one of yours has a rethread there. Maybe I'm wrong. Were there any issues you were looking at when you had this apart?
No, I took that apart. I had to take the magneto off. Each of these 2 gears at the very top, there's one on the left, one on the right. Yep. They each have a little C mark on them. And then I thought that middle gear that went into that little hole right there, yeah, I could only see one C stamped into that until I cleaned it off good and I got a light shining directly on it. Then I could see the other C. So then I figured out how it went together.
Yeah, the horrible combination of getting older, losing your eyesight, having to wear glasses, working in a dark garage, and these small little caked on grease parts is a recipe for disaster. Speaking of mufflers, it looks like you've taken yours off. Was there an issue with it?
No, I was just trying to clean it up best I could, and it was easier to paint the frame. You know, take as much off as you can before you paint the frame.
Yeah. And did you find S.O.S was the way to go as well with this, or were you able to get the rust specs off and make the muffler looking better?
Yeah, I just used the S.O.S because the chrome wasn't great on it, and I figured if I used like a wire brush on a drill, it would probably just peel the chrome off.
Yeah. I read that with chrome, especially these older bikes, and again, I've never tried this, so if this doesn't work, maybe find a little area to do it where no one sees it. It was a quad 4 steel wool, is what I was told to do. And then some people also take tinfoil and they wad it up and they just rub the tinfoil ball over the thing as well, because I'm just a guy on YouTube. I don't know anything. but that's what other guys on YouTube have said. So here you are testing out. I'm assuming the rear tail light.
Yeah, I'm replacing all the wiring, all the light sockets, and I'm changing everything to LED. I figured it'll be brighter, especially with the 6-volt system.
Excellent. And then, of course, the piece de resistance, the fender tips here. But yours were already mounted before, if I remember correctly. Let's just have a look. Yeah, see, yours are already on there. I have to drill holes and mount them on mine. I have the tips for the front and the rear, but I don't have the holes there. So I have to drill the holes. I'm going to take like a piece of cardboard and make a template that matches the holes, and then put it on the fender and mark my holes, drill the holes, and put it through. Is that what you would do?
Yeah, it just makes you nervous drilling into something.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if I'm off a little bit, I screwed it up. So.
I look at the Indian for inspiration. And he's just so disapproving, like, it's not going to work, kid. You're not going to get this done. Like, thanks a lot, buddy. Okay, I'm going to do that. Maybe on the next video, I'll be like, thanks, Brian, it worked. And you were mentioning you had to do some repairs. And this is also the rear fender now, completely stripped down. Did you use a metal? Did you use a chemical stripper for it?
Tried chemical stripper. That didn't work very well.
Oh, no kidding.
I don't know what kind of paint they painted it with, but I ended up just using a wire brush and a drill.
This bike was owned by an old Navy man. You got like battleship paint on it. You know that the never comes off. No matter what.
I told my brother-in-law, I said, I think it's outer space rated. I think the stripper is actually making it stronger.
Right. It's awesome. What it can't kill just absorbs and makes it stronger.
Yeah,
it's like a brazing, right? That's what this looks like.
I think there were 4 of them. I asked the group. I said, did they do this from the factory? And then Pete was the one who mentioned it, and he goes, "It looks like you had a luggage rack mounted there at some point."
Oh, right, yeah, I have a luggage rack on mine. Yeah. This looks great, man. You did a great job. Look at that.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can see that where the rack would have been, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then boom, primer. Right. When you look at the pictures, it looks like it's easy. No problem.
Yeah, I put about two coats on everything. Then I used some spot putty and some smaller places, and just got them as smooth as I could before I painted them. Bodyworks, that's not really my thing.
A little bit on the tank, so yeah, it looks great, man.
Bike has definitely had a life.
I love that you're bringing it back on the road again. Then you went to town and built another contraption that holds all the pieces, or did you just have this like laying around? What is this thing? This is awesome.
I found that I was just scrolling through Facebook and just kind of looking, see what's on there and stuff, and I saw that. And I was like, wow, that would work pretty good. So I was able to hang everything I needed to paint, and then I could just move it around as I needed to.
Yeah, It's got casters on it. It's got these square peg holes and everything. When I first saw this, I was looking at like all the meat hooks, and I'm like, this is some kind of like Silence of the Lambs thing. And someone's basically like, what is this? This is crazy. Yeah, but it totally worked great. And yeah, you got the toolbox and the oil, everything's on there. It all came out so nice. So here's yours painted, all done, which is looking great. Yeah. Was it hard to choose the red?
Yeah, I just chose one I liked. I went to the paint store and looked at all the different samples they had. I think this was like a 1950s Chrysler.
Oh, you did rattle can for the primer and everything, right? You just did it all yourself.
Yeah.
My man, awesome, Brian. That's awesome. I love that. That looks great. It looks so good. Then you got to do logos, which is terrifying.
Oh, that was stressful. Yeah, because you're trying to get them on straight. You only get one chance.
So what was the process? How did you find the center line? Like,
I measured the bolt holes. The front of the tank has 2 bolt holes, and the back of the tank has 1. There was a 6.5-inch difference between the top bolt and the bottom and the back bolt. I set the tank on the workbench and made it so that there was the same difference between the top bolt and the front and the bottom bolt in the back, and that way the tank was level. And then I put the decals on, and then I put that tape on the tank, and then I just lined the decal up with that.
Yeah, look at that. Boom. Wow. Looks good, man. Looks really good. I like the price of red.
That's before it's clear coated.
Okay.
So the decals on, the tank was painted, sanded. I put the decal on, and then this is after I put the clear on, and then I buffed it and waxed it. So.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what I'm like after Brian restores a motorcycle. Okay, let's it lay out in the sun for a little bit just for relaxation time. I was wondering what was. I didn't know what this step was. I got to ask Brian. So I get it. You got clear coat, and you're letting it, and then you're buffing it out. Got it.
So this is the cleanest it'll ever be right here.
Yeah, it looks really good. Okay, got it. Wow. You decided not to try to save the chrome on the wheels. You went black, which makes it look really slick, right? It has a nice look to it.
Yeah, I do. I like that, the black rims and black tires. It gives it a little bit more aggressive look to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the chrome on the rims was just shot. The spokes and everything. And so I just cleaned them up and painted them.
You have an original Indy tire that was on the bike before you put it back on the outside, or?
Yeah. These were the original tires that were on it when I got it. And I asked the group about the dates on it. And we've kind of figured out that these tires were manufactured February of 57. So they were probably put on the bike spring or summer of 57. They're hard as a brick. They are so dried out, but I wanted to keep them because they look cool.
They look really cocool. Yeah.
These new tires, new tubes, and new rim straps on it.
Now you're back at the bike trying to reassemble it. Are you using the existing wiring harness, or?
No, I'm just redoing it all because I thought it had been rewired when I got it because every wire was black. So somebody had a big spool of black wire and they rewired it. From what I found out is that's the way they did it from the factory. So that was the original wiring that was on it. And it was pretty dry and brittle. So I'm just, every wire is going to be new on this thing.
Looks great, man. The muffler came out really nice too. Look at that. You did a great job. Wow.
Thanks. So
now you got power in here. You got the headlight on. You're coming together, man. This is great.
Yeah. That's the LED headlight. So
nice.
That's way brighter than a regular incandescent.
Yeah. With the black rims and the frame and everything looking the way it does, it has almost like a TT Warrior, like big muscle. Like it's cool. It's really cool. Finally, you just jump to wow.
Yeah, I started putting stuff on it, and then I couldn't stop, so I just kept going because I wanted to see it.
I need to send you my home address so you can come over and have that same kind of like, I gotta just put it together. I'm like, come on, Brian, let's do it.
Yeah, let's go for a ride.
This looks great, man. Look at that. It looks really good. Their cadmium plated bolts look really nice. So they kind of add the bit of trim to the whole bike.
Yeah, they're just they're new, they're clean, they're correct. So yeah, it does. It's those little things that make it look nicer.
This looks great, dude. So good.
Thanks.
Unbelievable. What's left to do now?
Got to get the headlight wired up. You can see it by the headlight. I got the wire just kind of balled up.
Sure.
So I have to run that, and I'm gonna run it so that the headlight comes on when you turn the ignition switch on.
Yeah.
And the switch on the handlebar will turn the high beam on or off.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
I got to run those wires. I got to run the horn wires.
Oh yeah, right. Here's your horn. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good.
And then basically that'll be about it. And then I'll get back to trying to start it.
Yeah, because there's really nothing. There's no turn signals or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a really simple bike.
Do you have a show you're going to take it to once you get it up and running?
Pedal around town on it. And that's about it. I mean, I've always liked the old Indians, but they're always so expensive. So, just buy one, fix it up yourself, and it makes it more affordable, and it gives you a little more pride when you're riding it to know that I did it.
Watching someone like yourself put this together and with such success, I'm like very inspired by this, and this is amazing, man. Really, really great work. I can't wait to see video posts of you driving down the road. It looks excellent.
Thanks.
You take it back down to Tybee Island, they'll be like, we want the bike back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the guy that I bought it from, he actually passed away. About 5 weeks after.
Well, this guy, he had this bike, and had he not done that, who knows where it would have ended up, right? It could have ended up in someone's garage, and then garage can flood in Tybee Island. They've got these king tides, right? And then it gets lost to rust and time and gone. So in a big way, he saved it. It would have been gone. There's no way it would have survived had he not done that, put it up on the pedestal and everything.
Oh, I know. Yeah, and it was in a climate controlled environment for 30 plus years. All the bolts came out. I didn't have any rusted bolts that gave me problems.
Thank you, previous owner. Yeah, because down by the salt air, that's just a complete death sentence for these old vintage motorcycles. So what a great way to spend the day chatting with you about your bike and all the progress you've made. You should be really proud of it. It's awesome. Really, really great.
I appreciate it.
Well, I'll see you online on all the different posts, and love to keep the conversation going and just watch your progress. Keep going.
I'll keep throwing them out there.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Brian.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week.